Well, the end of the year is here. We're in December already. And this tends to be a month where a lot of people feel a lot of stress, a lot of pressure. And you're coming into the end of another year in your life. And where for a lot of people it's a time of celebration, other people feel a little bit more uneasy and anxious about the people that they're going to see that they don't normally see during the year, about the relationship issues that they have, and about themselves in particular and where they are. So, I'm going to devote this entire month to helping you to get yourself prepared so that you can finish this year strong and enjoy the process along the way. Hi, this is Grant Herbert, leadership and sustainable performance coach. And today I want to help you to shift from conflict to collaboration in your relationships. In my experience, it doesn't matter how far we go with AI, and it's a great tool. Relationships will always be a major component of everything that you do in your life. Humans were created to communicate and to cohabitate and to collaborate and work together. However, just like you, other human beings have their own internal dialogue and insecurities and challenges and all those things we've talked about. They've got their own experience that they're navigating their own situations. So sometimes we can have clashes, we can have a butting of heads where people are trying to defend themselves, even from a subconscious point of view. And it all comes out of those three universal fears that I keep telling you about: the fear of not belonging, the fear of not being enough, and the fear of not being loved. So conflict is always going to happen. Unfortunately, it's exacerbated at this time of the year. I don't know about you, but there's been times where I had an event to go to that I knew I was going to run into people that I normally don't get on with all that well. Now, I know you're probably thinking, how don't you get on with people? It happens, right? I can offend people without even trying. But going into those events, feeling that way was a self fulfilling prophecy. My behavior actually created more of a problem than there really was. And here's something that I learned years ago. Even though you might still be carrying something about another person, they've probably let it go. They're probably not carrying it at all. And it's really eating away at you, and it's ruining your quality of life and not theirs. However, the reality is some people are difficult to get along with. Some people just rub us the wrong way, and us to them. So we need to be able to shift the way that we do things. We need to be able to make sure that relationships are protected, and particularly the relationship with your own heart. So, as I talk about in Nine Shifts Leadership, I talk about what I call the relationship optimizer, where there's three key areas that we focus on to make sure that we do everything within our own power, because the other people don't have the script right, to get on with others, to collaborate with people rather than have conflict all the time. Those three areas are awareness, respect, and trust. So when we put those together, when we have an awareness around ourself and others, and we open our eyes to look and see and actually feel what's going on rather than just go in there with a preconceived idea. When we respect the person, not the behavior, when we look at them as a human being with their own uncertainties and frailties and their own strengths and areas that they're working on as well, when we trust ourselves and the other person, where we trust the process of building relationships, and where we behave in a way that allows other people to trust us as well. When we put those three things together, we can have relationships that are mutually beneficial, that are enjoyable, and actually you want to stay in. So, what I'm going to do over this month is I'm going to go deeper in these areas. I'm going to have a look at, okay, that's what they are, and that's great. And this week I'll drop a video on each one of those, one little short video. But I want to show you as we go through the month actual strategies around communication, around conflict, and how to navigate that in a healthy way, how to shift from conflict to collaboration. So stick with me. This is going to be a fun month. I want to make sure that we end the year on a high with actual strategies that you can utilize so that you can show more vulnerability, where you can show more empathy, where you can look through the lens differently, and you can come out the other end having enjoyed an amazing rest, and you've recharged and you've reflected and you've refocused and you're ready to relaunch into a 2026, which is going to give you everything that you want. So stick with me. Join the conversation. If you haven't yet, you can hook up with that down below and you'll get an email from me that gives you some more tips. You can go through and connect wherever you are on whatever social media or on LinkedIn that you're looking at this, and you can get involved in the conversation. You know, I stand in front of this camera and it's a one-way conversation, but I'm talking to heaps of people individually, I hope. But I want you to give some stuff back to me. I got some big changes happening in 2026. I'm going to be doing things differently. And at the end of this month, because we've got 5 weeks in this month, I'm going to share that with you. I'm going to give you, open the doors on that for you so you can see how I'm going to come to you on the screen a little bit differently. But relationships are key. I love the fact that I have a relationship with you and you with me. So let's work on these together this month. I'll see you in the videos.